Hi, look, guys. So today I want to take this time to really to just bring awareness to some things that many of you may not know. Some things that are affecting your life negatively. And I don't even want to say that might be. I just know for a fact. Like these things that I'm talking about today are affecting us all negatively, and many times the result being fatal. And So basically, most of y'all that have followed me have known over the last few years I've been focusing on health and wellness. Really, just wanting to be more cognitive of the things around me, some of the things that I ingested, the things that I put on, all of those different things. And I was really pretty much. I started off because I wanted to just get healthy. I wanted to, lose weight. But in that process, I had went through this major um I don't know, this major crisis where my system literally started to break down. And I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't asking for it, but actually I'm kind of thankful for it because I learned a lot, right? And in me learning a lot, I could actually um test have a testimony. I could testify to it, and I could help teach others on the things that I've learned. And so I've been teaching my family this over the last few years, and us not just me just teaching, but us learning together. And that's why you see the shift to, trying to start to eat more natural. Us all having a garden. Um, Me personally, I've been stopped using. I stopped using like a regular deodorant a couple years ago. Instead I've stopped brushing my teeth with that fluoride toothpaste and stuff that you could get from the dollar store and everywhere else a couple years ago. And so I've been really on this path, and not everybody in my family has followed along, but they're catching on as we go. And because what we see is that a lot of the things that we're putting in our bodies are absolutely killing us. I heard one person say the other day, a friend of mine, she said that she always hear people say it runs in the family, it runs in the family, and she would always interject, no, it really doesn't. It doesn't run in your family. The habits are what runs in your family. And so what I mean by that is because your grandmother and her mother passed on bad habits, or your grandfather and his grandfather passed on bad habits, you are still doing the same bad habits. Now, I don't want to sit up there and make you the fault of everything, because we live in a society where the people that we respect and the people that we tend to trust, put the most trust in, they have been bought by big pharma, by big money companies and stuff like that. That the interest is not you, is not the people, but it's to make more profit. And that even comes when I'm talking about the doctors and stuff like that. And so what I found out a few years ago, and I've always had this suspicion because I would always go to the doctor and I would always just keep getting worse. I would just keep as the years passed, I would get worse and worse and worse. But all they were doing was treating me, and it came to the point where I could really pretty much tell you everything the doctor was going to say, what he was going to prescribe. And I always wonder, why do I still have to come here then? Because it's just the same cycle that I'm going through. I still know that I'm going to need this asthma medicine, this eczema cream, these steroids. You know what I'm saying? So I could pretty much just prescribe myself. But I couldn't do that because there was money involved, right? Now you got to make sure you come to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Go to the doctor for your checkup. My checkups come back the same every single time. And so I'm not ruling doctors out. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to the doctor, you shouldn't take your kids to the doctor. I'm not saying none of that. But I'm just saying that you have to understand that whenever money is involved, whenever profit, people's well-being and stuff like that, man can be corrupted very easily when it comes to those things. And so you have to start taking initiative to do independent research, to do things on your own, and not always rely on other people, right? And so what happened to me was something called topical steroid withdrawal, because I had been putting steroids in my system for all of these years, starting with my mom back as a kid, and my whole life broke down. I mean, everything. I'm going to show you some pictures, and they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm still recovering. It takes years to detox this stuff out of your body. Years and years and years. And some people are a lot worse, some people are better. But I just want you to understand that anytime you're putting a foreign substance in your body, that body does not belong. God didn't make your body to have these foreign substances in it. So even something simple as hydrocortisone cream, right? You go buy this thing, and you may not, you'll get some relief, but once you use those things over and over again, just go look it up. Just look up the side effects. I mean, you'll start to see why you see certain things in your kids. We're talking about women with affecting women's periods, that their cycles. Is talking about adding certain fat in different places in your chest and under your arms and all different places, changing your whole DNA structure, and when you start putting a lot of these things in your body over time. And so household cleaners, you know what I mean? These things are poisoning you. They're toxins. And let's look at something as common as bleach. Now it says bleach / asthma connection. And then, this is very, like I said, this is very personal for me, because I'm one of those people that actually had eczema, had asthma, had allergies. And in fact, all of those things are connected. It's pretty much your body dealing with allergens, okay? And so here it says that cleaning your home twice a day with bleach have had a 28% increase in asthma attacks. In 2012, U.S. Poison Control Center filed more than 400,000 calls about exposure to Clorox bleach. Now, who doesn't have Clorox bleach in their house, right? The whole world has Clorox bleach, and they clean with bleach from your clothing to your counters, to everything, to your dog kennels. I mean, just all around everything. And this stuff is toxic, not only for us as human beings, but to our pets as well. And so this is why, so you got to start thinking about when you see that the illnesses are increasing, cancer is increasing, all kind of stuff, autoimmune diseases are increasing. And you have to start looking at the things that we're ingesting, whether it be through our food sources, through the chemicals that we have in our houses. I mean, just anything that has to do with going into your body through either your skin, your mouth, or your air, right? What about Lysol? Because everybody swear about Lysol, especially since the COVID-19 is here. Look at what this says here. What is in Lysol? What Lysol is made of? Let's look at the ingredients. Ethyl alcohol. It says can cause developmental toxicity, gastrointestinal and liver toxicity, neurotoxicity, and skin toxicity. They got water in there. They got butane, which can cause neurotoxicities. Propane. They got propane in Lysol, can cause neurotoxicity as well as respiratory, right? So respiratory, think about all of the respiratory failures that we have and the things that's happening with people's respiratory system. Even in the dog world, we've seen an increase in this respiratory problems in dog, right? So you got all of these other things that's undetermined with fragrances. That's unregulated, so that could literally mean anything. And you just see the whole long list down here, but this last one right here says can cause immune toxicity, respiratory toxicity, skin and organ toxicity, and can cause asthma. It has been restricted for use in the cosmetics in both Canada and another. So pretty much Lysol has been banned in almost every country except for our country. Most of the things that you look at if you look at the ingredients,
you can go to another country and they won't allow their citizens to digest the things or to use the chemicals that they allow here in America. America does not care about us. They only care about money. They only care about profit. That's all it is. And so they're allowed to put all this bull crap in us, right? And so there was a study that showed that women who, well, not just women, people who clean their households with these chemicals at least once or twice a week, they have the same lung capacity as someone who smoked cigarettes for just about all their lives.
All know that, you know what I mean, having a clean house is one of the things that we, especially as black people, you know what I mean, were brought up on. But we were brought up on these chemicals, bleach and stuff like that. And so these toxins that we're touching with our skins on a regular basis, right, they have warning. Even Lysol. You go look in the back of a can of a Lysol and you see that it's harmful for you and for pets. And you know, but we still keep using these things, and there are alternatives. And I'm not even saying this because I've partnered with a company that gives the alternative, that provides a solution. I'm saying this simply because I am aware, and I hate that my people aren't aware. I hate that so many people aren't aware. I see little kids that suffering with eczema that is scratching and itchy, and they can't get no relief. No relief, no reprieve, man. And I just feel so bad. My heart goes out to them because I know this young mother, these young mothers or older mothers just don't know what to do. And they do love their kids, but it's like they don't usually take enough initiative in my book to find out what can I do, because they put so much trust in doctors and stuff like that. And so I want to just bring awareness that listen, we have to stop putting all of this trust in everybody else and start trusting ourselves. Do independent research, right? Get away from all of this toxic stuff. Go a more natural approach, and don't look at everything as just such a financial decision. I understand the hardship and things of that sort, but your health is the most important thing that you have. I run into people all the time that I know that it's not that big of a financial thing, but it's just that they just don't believe that. They just feel like, well, we are going to die one day. But look, quality of life is something, and you're not going to fully understand until it happens to you, right? You're sitting up here with getting cancer and all of these different things, and you only listen to what the doctors say. You only listen to what the doctors say, but you could go and you could see that people have completely changed themselves, their lifestyles, and they've reversed things like cancer, right? They've reversed autoimmune disease. They've reversed all of these different things, and so that's what I had to do. I had to take initiative. I had to do the research, and I had to start to research. I mean, I started to reverse all of these things, these bad things that I had sown into my life. And I'm still going through that process. I'm not 100%, but I will tell you this. I'm headed there. And I will never go back to the place that I was before. Now, we could get deeper into it in a different video and go about, you know, what are some of the different things that you should stop doing and all of that. But that's not the whole point. My thing is just changing your mindset. Start to understand that there's more at play when you're going to the doctor and you're just getting prescribed something over and over again that never really heals you. You're just putting things into your body, right? And so I'm gonna stop this right quick, and I'm going to show you just some of the side effects on some common things, some very common things, and I'll just let you make the decision yourself. So check this out. This was a very simple Google search. Hydrocortisone side effects. Now, this is hydrocortisone. This is something that's over the counter. You can buy at any drugstore, or you can get it prescribed depending on the dosage. But listen, it says nausea, heartburn, headache, dizziness, menstrual period changes, trouble sleeping, increased sweating, or acne may occur. If any of these effects persist or worsen, what do? Go tell your doctor or pharmacist promptly. So here it is, something that we look at as harmless. And, you know, I was using this stuff constantly.
So even when I tried to get off of steroids, I was just going to the store, the prednisone. I was going to the store bought stuff, and everything kept on getting worse, kept on getting worse. What would happen if you use hydrocortisone too long? So basically, if you just use it one time or you just use it a few times here and there, I guess they're saying that it won't affect you that bad. But remember, these are all foreign substances, right? And so here it is, you're putting these toxins in your body, and it says that if you apply too much hydrocortisone, typically is not likely to cause a serious problem. However, long-term use of high doses can lead to thinning skin, easy bruising, changes in the body fat, especially on your face, neck, back, and waist, increased acne and facial hair, menstrual problems, impotence, or loss of interest in sex. And so here it is that many of you probably be thinking that, I'm just getting older and stuff is happening to me and I don't know what's going on, why this and why that's happened. But something simple as hydrocortisone. This is something common. Like I said, you could get over the counter. And so imagine what are some of the stronger things doing to you. Let's look at another one. Does hydrocortisone weaken the immune system? Infections risk warning. Hydrocortisone can weaken your body's response to infection. Because the drug weakens your immune system, using the medication may also make it harder for you to know that you have an infection. See, this is what steroids do, and these are still a form of steroids. Steroids acts as an immune system, so it boosts your immune system. While you're on it, you're on high, on cloud nine. You're high. Your pimples and everything in your face are starting to go away. But the minute you go off of it, you know what happens? It's so weak that other infections and other things are so high that they can penetrate your system. So I remember getting off steroids, and I would always get way worse. I would get bumps. I would start getting bumps. I would be itching a lot. Because your immune system isn't as strong at the time, and so. These things, this all it does is make you need more. It makes you need it more and more and more and more and more and more. And look at this one. Because this drug works by weakening the immune system, it may lower your ability to fight infection. This may make you more likely to get a serious, rarely fatal infection or make any infection you have worsen. Tell your doctors right away if you have any signs of infection, such as cough, sore throat, fever, chills. Use of this medication for prolonged or repeated periods may result in oral thrush and yeast infection. Contact your doctor if you notice white patches in your mouth or a change of vaginal discharge. See, this stuff, man, what they're not telling you. You got to look at what they're not telling you. It's absolutely crazy. But it says this medicine may rarely make your blood sugar rise, which can cause or worsen diabetes. Tell your doctors right away if you have symptoms of high blood pressure, sugar, such as increased, you see all of that stuff. And I'm sorry, but the screen is upside down. But the way that I took this picture, it flipped upside down. But you get the gist. I'm just saying, look, we have to be more cautious. We have to start to do our own research. We got to look into this stuff. Our goal is all to switch to all natural things, and that's the shift that I feel like a big part of the world is moving towards natural stuff. So it's this. It really bugs me when I see babies and stuff super sick and the mom doesn't have a clue. The scripture said that my people will perish for lack of knowledge.